Hi, my name is Roy Murray, and I'm here today. I'm going to go through my Supervision Project, and we're going to go through all of the slides and with my references as well. And I do have videos at the end that you can go on and look at as well. My vision walkthrough. The stakeholders, I had 2 teachers, a parent, 2 students, and a bookkeeper. We had several discussions, and most of that, well, some of the discussions I have on video at the end beside their names, and the other ones were just interviews that I had with them outside of the school. The vision that we came up with for Murray High School is to create a better school culture, creation of a positive environment, developing positive attitudes towards learning, covering curriculum, using methods to help students take ownership of their education, and to create lifetime learners. Implementation. We must commit the vision and create awareness, commit to the vision and create awareness through involvement in student activities and teacher growth. Examples include posters in hallways, PLC meetings, pep rallies, award ceremonies, etc. We just want to create awareness for the vision that we're trying to create. Stewardship, naturally it has to be with the students, the teachers, and the stakeholders. We'll create an assembly once a month to give awards to the students that exemplify the vision that we're trying to set, good grades, good behavior, citizenship, and leadership. My needs assessment. We will improve in literacy skills and reading literacy, reading content, practical reading, writing content and style. We'll also improve in reading comprehension. On our assessment of the school, we're low in literacy, and hopefully with some of the things that I've implemented in the next slide, we can help improve those. Mathematics, we're also low in. We're going to improve in solving equations, inequalities, graphs, tables, and open response. Students will also improve in multiple choice and open response in the areas of operation, geometry, measurement, data analysis, probability, and algebra. The last area that we need to address is wellness goal. We're going to improve the students' BMI and nutritional choices. The revised goals. In literacy.
Cheerleaders, senior high cheerleaders that worked the fish fry last night, if y'all know where the black Rubbermaid cart is that you used from down at the concession stand, please take it back down there. They need it.
School improvements, revised goals. Please excuse the interruption. It happens all the time at school. All teachers will be trained in Step Up to Writing program, which will be implemented. The K through 12 program will narrow the gap between our school and the Arkansas literacy frameworks and basic areas described in the needs assessment. We need to provide a rubric that will be well developed to assess the progress periodically. Each classroom teacher will have to assess the effectiveness of the Step Up to Writing program for progress. Teachers will also purchase novels and other sources to promote literacy across the curriculum to focus on the statewide program. Together we will incorporate activities into our professional development plan to assist the Set Up to Writing program. And even today, right now, we're doing some of these things. We have, in my history class, I have bought novels and books and encouraged the kids to read. A lot of the times I do that for good behavior, and when they do something good, I'll let them check out a book or go to the reading area and read. we have put that across the curriculum here at the school. Revised math-based program will be implemented into the centers around the concepts and strategies needed to improve all areas previously mentioned in the needs assessment. This program will be reached and implemented within 1 year. The teachers will utilize cross-curriculum methods on assessments and in general lessons to improve success in math. Another thing that, as far as myself in history classes, I'm trying to implement math strategies that come along with history as well, and using maps and graphs and charts on tests, on assessments. The wellness goal, we have to get the food service manager. We're going to have to get involved with them to set up a nutritional program to ensure nutritional guidelines are followed and the objectives of promoting student health and reducing childhood obesity are addressed. Teachers will monitor activities of students and limit access to vending machines, which here at the school we have already eliminated all of the vending machines except for in the teacher's lounge, so that cuts the access for the high school kids anyway. The teachers will help identify and discuss areas which are not healthy for the students in professional development meetings. When we all sit down, we need to discuss the things that we need our kids to be doing and not doing. Teachers also give emphasis to daily healthy practices to our students about brushing their teeth and making sure they take a bath and things like that. Nutritional programs will require involvement from our food service manager. We need to get with them and talk to them about what we're feeding our kids. The teachers, the staff, the administration, everyone needs to get on board when it comes to the health of our kids. Our goal is to test 100 willing students from K through 12 on a yearly basis, and we'll cut their BMI by about 1% each year for the 12 years that they're here at school, which means that they're healthy. The culture survey, the strengths in the culture survey that I gave around was the teachers and staff are involved in decision-making process with regards to materials and resources. The people work here because they enjoy it and they choose to be here. And teachers and staff tell stories of celebrations that support our school's values. And if you watch the video at the end with Miss Kelly Barner, you can see that she's been here for 12 years and she enjoys it. She has helped me a ton, and you can see those strengths come out whenever she's talking and we're having a conversation. The opportunities. The teachers and staff work together to develop a school schedule. It seems like our school, they set the schedule and then, you know, you're going to work whatever the schedule that they have. There's not a lot of teacher involvement in that. The student's behavior code is a result of collaborating and consensus among staff. That really doesn't happen. We could do a lot better job of having everybody on board and knowing what needs to be done or what is legal, what's not legal. We had a lot of issues with holes in the pants, how big they can be, how far they can be torn, and it's been ongoing all year. It's just something that I think we could do a better job at. Teachers and staff visit, talk, and meet outside of the school to enjoy each other's company. We don't do a lot of that. Seems that the teachers, most of the teachers here have kids, younger kids that are in school, and it's just more than what they can handle trying to go out, trying to meet. We don't have an old staff, we have a young staff, and everybody has things going on when they get out of school, which creates a lot of problem. Now we do a lot of visiting at ball games, cheerleading camps, and things like that where we all have to meet because of our kids. The observations that I went through, some of the things that I picked out was there was a class project in one of our teachers' classrooms, and I asked to see the rubric, and she didn't have a rubric, and I felt like that, you know, in order to explain what you want in better detail to the students, you need to have some type of rubric for them to look at and go by, not just off of what you said, because a lot of times they forget. Another part of the observations was the transition. It took like 5 minutes to go from one of our teachers teaching and lecturing into them getting their worksheets and actually getting started working. I thought that she might could establish a better method or procedure to make this smoother and less scrambled. Another thing to end, there was 2 observations that I was there at the end of the class, and there was no kind of recap or reflection of learning. I think that we can do a little better job of recapping the lesson, just 5 minutes worth, recap and explain what you went over and ask a few questions to make sure the kids got the lesson. Questions and answers, there were a lot of yes/no questions. We just don't push the issue as far as getting in depth as far as questioning our kids during the lessons. Instructional leadership from our principal. She has got a lot going on right now. Personally, she was not able to get in on the video, which I hate that. I wish she could have, but she wasn't here, so she hasn't been here but one day in the last couple of weeks. She just got a lot of personal issues. What we talked about the day that I got to speak with her was instructional. This is what I got from it. The instructional leader must establish time and dates for discipline, budget, and classroom observations. She should require all teachers to be involved in discipline to reduce the time she spends dealing with major disciplinary issues. She told me that she spends probably 80% of her time dealing with discipline and teachers sending kids up there because they didn't have their pencil or because they were talking too much in class. The disciplinary issues that are not reoccurring or threatening, I think that they need to be addressed at a specific time, like after lunch each day. That'll free up the morning for her budget issues and other school business till about 11 o'clock. From 11 to 12, she could set up instructional observations, which would help all the teachers. There's a lot of teachers that cry for help, and we don't have the people available to go and help and sit down and guide and lead these some of the teachers. I've kind of set up a little plan. Our school is divided up with a blue hallway, a pink hallway, and a green hallway, and she could take an hour each day, the same hour, and hit those hallways and go in and visit with teachers or sit in and at least have an appearance, or if a teacher has a question. There's a lot of days that I'm in my classroom until dinner and I can't leave. I'm either in the hall watching between classes or I'm in my classroom teaching. So if I have a question or if something does arise, I don't have anyone ever check to see, oh, well, how you doing today? How's classes going? We don't do that, and we should. To further explain the Thursday and Friday, we need to have open meetings to share information to help teachers grow. If there is a teacher that has problems, Thursday and Friday, go around, find out what's going on with each one of the teachers to find out if you can address a problem. Make sure it's documented. Make sure that you keep up with everything that's going on with each teacher so that you can ensure and see that growth. Hold your teachers accountable. Make sure that they're getting better each and every day. Don't wait till the end of the year and say, well, you moved from basic and you're proficient here. How do you know if you don't check on a regular basis? How can you keep up with that with your teachers? My reflection for this project.
Coach Thomas' 7th period class, you need to report to the track. Coach Thomas' 7th period class, report to the track.
My project has shown me a different side to teaching. I've explored resources in curriculum standards, school improvements, instructional leadership, time management, reflections, and several other things that I've had to look at and write papers about and talk about. So it's been really good. Putting together the program for a school to be successful, it's going to be time consuming and basically never ending. You're always going to be changing. You're always going to be trying to get better. My reflection, the biggest part of this was to never stop reflecting. You need to learn and you need to reflect and you need to be able to help others reflect in order to obtain goals that you've already set, that you've predetermined. You want to try to go from basic to proficient. You want to try to get better each and every day. And in order to do that, you have to reflect. You have to have your objectives set, and if you don't reach your objectives, you need to reflect, figure out how you can reach your objectives, and continue to get better each and every day. My resources, as you see on here, my interview with my stakeholders, I have a lot of those on video. They will be listed here. My interview with the building level principal, I don't have her on video, and I'll explain why that's not. And a couple of the books that I used, one of the books that I used, and then the Bearden website that I went to find a lot of my assessment material. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much.